Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Anastasiya Шумкова and I am student of the 7th grade Шумкова Gymnasium. My teacher of English is Ismagulova Alla Madanyadovna and the theme of my discussion is values. Each of us has our own story. Day after day we fill it with new events and emotions. We choose the way to live. Whatever the scenario of our life, we write it ourselves. Just 2 years ago, I didn't imagine that my life could include many intense, bright moments. Life seemed surprisingly stingy. For days, weeks, months, years, I didn't get a single new sensations, and then I realized my mistake. I had no idea how the right priorities can affect life. I didn't know what value was. Each of us is an independent person with their own principles, opinions, and values. Someone prefers IT education, for someone a career is more important than a family. But there are those whose values routinely copy the priorities imposed by society. In my opinion, it's wrong. People themselves are the sources of values. They help to believe and to understand their sense of life and motivate the person to succeed. The family that supports us, guides, scolds, and praises is one of the most important human values. Parents teach us how to behave in society, respect adults. It's a solid foundation of our life. Education is an equally important part of life. It gives person a certain dignity. We learn always and every day throughout the life, becoming more confident and independent. Education is the key to freedom. But for some of us, the key to freedom is money. They play a big role in our lives, but the most important thing is not to forget that money gives freedom to some. It makes others slaves. Often, a person in pursuit of prosperity and fulfillment of desires neglects health. There is a proverb, will we have it, we don't notice it, but later we scold ourselves for being so irresponsible. Health is not everything, but everything without health is nothing. These values can be called basic. Almost every person pays the main attention to these. But what's next? Life doesn't stand still and always moves forward. And every new day is a new opportunity to achieve a goal, fulfill a dream, try something new. To achieve something, you need to create a foundation. The values are for this purpose. By changing our attitude to light, we won't only see it in new light, but we will also be able to transform it. Sometimes it's really hard to understand what the values are, especially for teenagers who just learning the reality of adult life. Incredibly useful in this case is the English textbook of Express Publishing. The column values at the end of each module helps to realize the importance of many things around us. To be honest, I have relied on them myself to understand the features of a particular topic. Each value for me represents a certain step to achieve success. The foundation has already been laid, now it's important to move on. The harder the climb, the more beautiful the view. The internal mindset is a really essential thing that helps us to move forward to the aim, awareness, and desires. I needed freedom. I needed to be someone new. I didn't want to be invisible anymore. I was going to change everything, to leave the past, work harder, get smarter and stronger. My motto was, you can't change others, but you can change yourself. I set new goals. It's not easy, but they are extremely important. If you don't have a goal, you won't get anywhere. Some desires were so incredible that they seemed impossible, but the walls are only in our heads. Everything that exists in the world was once a dream. A lot of things in my life depend on time. I am critically lack of it. Do you know what is the scariest thing? The worst thing is to do nothing. So please, do everything that makes you feel happy. Be with those who makes you smile. Don't think about time. Don't listen to someone else's opinion and don't think about what might happen later. The future might not come. Now, I don't like to be alone. I'm afraid to make a serious mistake and I'm really grateful to the people who surround me, who stay with me even in the most difficult moments. Make me see the sun where I used to see clouds. My friends help me to believe in myself. One of the main ranks of my ladder is self-education, which I devote most of my time to. Every day I try to make much more productive than the previous one. I learn Chinese, play chess, read books, improve my English, participate in various competitions and Olympiads. It's not always easy for me, but it's important to remember that we gain with strength when we overcome obstacles. The last step to reach the top is impressions. Life is a gift and it's too short to allow yourself to leave it for nothing. I try to do everything to live a rich and full of impressions life. Every day is a new chance to try something new, experience new emotions, and this opportunity should not be missed. And now you ask me, what have I achieved? I am still a child, what can we talk about? But I can say that nothing is impossible in this life. The main thing is to believe in achieving your goal. In this academic year, I wrote a scientific work in English, Introduction to the Nature of the National Kazakh Language through the Peculiarities of the Culture-Specific Vocabulary, translated in Mukhtar Awezov's novel Abayjula into Russian, English, and Chinese, which became the pride of my life because I believe that my research isn't only vocabulary study, but a message to feel spirit of different nations, tolerance and peace all over the world. That is one of the main values of our life. To my mind, it's incredible to feel the taste of life. When you really know your purpose, when close people support you, when you are young, full of strength and energy to live but not exist, when you have so many plans and goals, the best summer you will spend with friends, the best year at school, and indeed when you have a whole life which you simply have to live without regrets. My advice to you, live a full life and don't think about anything. Value each minute of your life.